So by this point, clients should know how to identify triggers. They've learned different things that can be triggers, the psychological and the physiological cues that come along with being affected by the triggers, and how the triggers lead to negative behavior patterns. The application part of the group is when the individuals learn how to identify them and apply them within the different types of situations. Categories are used to divide the different types of triggers, and these can be different for any type of client out there. By understanding the categories, the different triggers, and how they feel, they're able to apply them into their life. Hi Andrew, welcome back.
Thank you for having me.
So the past couple weeks we've been talking about recognizing your triggers, things that you can do to deal with them, manage them, avoid some of them. So today I would like to talk to you about the different categories of triggers.
Okay.
I know we talked about the different types, but those types can be categorized, and sometimes that allows you to understand better how to deal with them.
Right.
So the first type are stress triggers. They are geared towards more emotion. Just remember that not everybody has triggers from each category. So these ones revolve around emotions. That can be anger, sadness, happiness. Sometimes when people have an overwhelming feeling of a certain emotion, it drives them to use or relapse into negative behaviors.
Okay.
Do you feel that you have any emotions that kind of draw you?
I don't think there's really anything like that in my life that's causing me to lead the path I'm leading.
All right. And I mean, like I said, not everybody has triggers from all the categories. The next one are environmental triggers, and those are such situations that can cause high anxiety. So it can be work, if somebody doesn't like going into crowded areas, if somebody feels stressed out because they are having to go through a spot within their work field that they feel uncomfortable dealing with, anything like that.
Okay. I definitely see that fitting in with me, with my job, where the workplace would be, I guess, would be considered the environment. That's triggering. Also, with it being located next to the bar, there's that. It's kind of like taunting me as I go to work every day.
So you just mentioned the bar being beside you. That's called a re-exposure trigger, and it's a situation that brings the individual into proximity of the drug or alcohol or any substance. So going to the bar, being around liquor, going to a place where someone's drinking, anything that kind of brings the problem back into your proximity. So if you identify with those two, and not all three, that's fine. It's good to be able to identify them into different categories, just because it allows you to analyze them a little bit better when you're trying to work through the triggers and manage different coping skills.
Okay.
Now that we've gotten to the very end of the group, it's time to do an evaluation. It's important for clients to both evaluate themselves and the group. Throughout the evaluation, it's important that clients understand that they are giving feedback in regards to both positive and negative feelings that they have about the group and about themselves. Within my evaluation, I generally have them use a numerical scale that allows them to gear and gauge how much they feel that they've learned within the group. As well, I also give them some questions that allow them to give feedback about the group and what they think would have been more productive for themselves. So we've kind of come to the end of our course, and I know we've talked about different types of things carrying forward, what you can do in the future to prevent the triggers being the cause of a relapse or managing your coping skills. So I've put together an evaluation for people in my group where they can evaluate themselves. And it's on a scale of 1 to 10. So some of the questions that you can see are, can you clearly identify triggering situations within your daily life? And you have a scale from 1 of never, 5 or 6 is sometimes, and then 10 is always.
I'd say probably an 8.
An 8?
I can identify the majority of the time what's causing it. And meanwhile, there's still sometimes that all of a sudden it's just like, I'm drinking and I'm not really sure why.
How do you feel that you would have sat on the scale before taking the lesson?
Before, I didn't even realize it was anything triggering me. I just thought it was like almost habit.
Oh, okay. Another question on here is, does your new ability to identify triggers have a positive impact on your life?
It definitely does now. Now that I'm more aware of what is causing me to go down the path that I'm taking, I can do different things to steer myself away.
Oh, perfect. So I'm going to hand these out, and I'm going to let you guys fill them out so that you can kind of see where you sit on these scales now.
Okay.
And afterwards, we'll go through it right before we're kind of ending, and we'll go through a little bit of stuff.